Hello and welcome to the mill. I'm your host, Dusty Crane, and I wanted to start today with a little state of the mill, I guess, kind of give you an idea what's going on here. Just so you guys know, I emailed Jamie last week or earlier this week. This will make more sense here in just a minute, and told him a little bit what's going on with me. There's a lot going on right now. Everything's fine. Everything's nothing to concern yourselves with or anything. But basically, that there's going to be a little bit of time here coming up that videos might not come out every Saturday like they usually do, and just stuff changing at work and stuff changing just in general, and that I'm kind of overwhelmed at the moment. Every life has seasons of difficulties, right? Seasons of sunshine, seasons of rain. That's just how it goes. And that I thought it was going to affect the mill. I told him that that essentially I wanted to put a pause on things, that I was going to take a hiatus, and we talked back and forth a little bit, and he respected my decision. Told me, I expressed some concern that he paid for the sponsorship fee for last month, which would have covered, I think it would have covered videos here in November. And I said, listen, I have ideas for videos. I just, there's a lot going on, and I don't think it would be fair to continue taking that sponsorship fee or games until, the ship gets righted, more or less. And, he was totally on board. And then he goes, I have a crazy idea. Go ahead and let me know if you're not into it. And because basically I was telling him if he wanted to provide a new host, I would be happy to hand over the channel and the credentials. Like, that's kind of gives you an idea how, like, really just kind of overwhelming everything that I have going on right now is. And he goes, what if this is my idea? And he totally respected the decision to walk away if I needed to. And so in the end, I'm looking for some co-hosts, if you will. So, think the Uncle Sam poster saying the mill wants you. So let me explain what we're looking for here. What I'm looking for here is, if you are a big-time Stonemaier fan, and I mean, like, I'm seeing you in comments, not necessarily here, but I'm seeing you in comments over on Stonemaier Games and any of the game channels, and you are somebody who follows the company close, even if it's just a title, like if you are the Wingspan person, or you are the Scythe person, or some combination of other, Stonemaier titles, and you have seen the mill and thought, man, what a job. I could have done that. Here's your opportunity, because Jamie graciously said, if you can find, a couple of people, he's happy to wrap them into the sponsorship of the channel, and that would include free games as well. So, like, I'm getting copies of stuff, you would get copies of stuff. And so, yeah, basically that's the first bit of business, is if you are interested in giving this a shot, then I would like you to reach out to me. The email address for the mill, I should have looked up before I started this sentence, but I will go ahead and put it on screen somewhere, and I'll put it in the show description in some way that is probably not going to fool bots at all, but it is what it is. So here's the thing. You don't necessarily have to have the best video equipment. You don't necessarily have to have the best audio equipment. I'm literally filming right now with an iPhone. So I do have a camera that I use sometimes for, when I have different cameras set up, and, one's down here and talking to you. I don't want equipment to be the thing that restricts you, because enthusiasm and enjoyment of Stonemaier stuff is way more important to, not only to me, but to Jamie. And if that sounds like, I have so much more to say about participating in the mill, because it has and continues to be a legitimate pleasure in my life when it's when my life is not being a little crazy and busy and that type of thing. So yeah, I think the fact that he offered that is just awesome, and so I am going to extend that offer. I would love to work with you if you are somebody who is big into Stonemaier games like I am. Then let's talk. Go ahead and drop a comment in the description, or drop a comment in the comments. Yeah, I guess you can't write the descriptions yet, but if you're a team member, of course that's a possibility. But on to some Stonemaier news, shall we? Just real quick. As of Wednesday, Wingspan Asia is available for pre-order, and so was the nesting box. It sold out in the US store within 24 hours. I think it was pretty much sold out, just a few hours after it launched. It went very quick. I've seen some comments from folks who are disappointed, and Jamie's listening. The Stonemaier Games is listening. Joe and Alex and Suzanne and the crew. They understand that there are going to be some disappointed folks, and Jamie actually wrote a big blog post explaining exactly what happened. It's called The Nesting Box Debate. I'll put a link into it. Pretty sure it's debate. I'll put a link to it here in the comments, but it's a longer read, but it really goes to show, there's a lot of people that think that the claim that I've seen over and over is artificial scarcity, which makes zero sense to me, because the only place you can get this thing is through Stonemaier Games, and if they don't have them, they can't sell them. So how does that benefit Stonemaier? You know what I mean? And you're gonna have a bunch of upset people. The fact of the matter is, this box is massive. It's huge, and if they made 10,000 of these, which they did, if they made 10,000 of those and only one person wanted one, or 10 people wanted them, I think they said, I'd have to go back and read it, but it was either between 3 and 8,000. I can't remember exactly the number, but they made more than people that clicked, I'm interested in the Wingspan Nesting Box. So let's go ahead and for the sake of, I maybe it was 8,000. If 8,000 people said they wanted the Wingspan Nesting Box, they're watching what's going on at Stonemaier, they're interested, and 8,000 people in Stonemaier made 10,000, that's 2,000 copies, assuming that every single person who clicked they were interested wanted one. 2,000 copies, 2,000 boxes that size. If they didn't sell those, I mean, not only the capital that it costs to make that, Jamie had mentioned before that this is not a profit thing. This is something that we've asked for as fans, to have everything in a single box. They're not making a ton of money on these nesting boxes, which is why they're not available in retail, because there's no wiggle room to make it worthwhile for a store to carry them, to make it worthwhile for the shipping, to them. It doesn't make sense. And so that's just some of the stuff that Jamie breaks down in that conversation, as if they make too many. If these things are $100 each, and they made or $100 to as it is right now, I think. Anyway, even if they were, we'll say half price. If it was $50 to make 10,000 of these, you're wrapping up almost $500,000. And did I just do that math right? Oh my gosh. This is why I needed a break, right? Because I'm totally operating in survival mode right now. Goodness gracious. Basically, we want Stonemaier Games to continue being financially healthy so that they can continue making games that we love and bringing joy to tabletops worldwide, which is also why this bothered Jamie so much, is because when your goal, your stated mission of your company is to bring joy to tabletops worldwide, when something like this happens and there's a sellout on day one, chances are there's going to be a few people that are not feeling joy. And so here's what you can do about it. I want you to, if you're interested, go check out that blog, because it's very good. Let me, if you want to leave your comments for Jamie in the blog or on the Facebook group where it's been shared, then go ahead and do that. But what you can do if you were one of the people that wants a nesting box and you didn't get one, they are doing another order of the nesting box. They're going to make more. So here's how you can kind of make sure that you hear about it. You can go to the Stonemaier store in your area, shop, the web store. There's no brick and mortar stores. Go to the web store. Go to whether it's the Canada web store or the US web store or wherever it is. I as of the time I'm filming this, the European web store is the only one that had any nesting boxes left. And go to that place and click back in stock notification. Because if they're going to go ahead and place another order, it's going to be another unknown quantity in terms of, hey, 500 people clicked, I want, to let me know when this thing's back in stock. Do they make 10,000 more? Most likely not. If 500 people say they're interested, do you make 1,000? Maybe. So it's very important that if you want one, don't leave it to chance and actually go out there, click the link. In fact, in that nesting box blog that I talked about, Jamie mentioned something that they're considering, which is actually doing kind of what a pre-order typically is, maybe by definition, and that is saying, hey, I know that this thing is going to be 6 or 8 months from now, however long it takes to make, and then however long it takes to ship. Also taken into consideration, in January you have Chinese New Year, and there's no anything being made board game wise. So the point being is like maybe there will be a place where you can actually pay the money to 100% guarantee that one-to-one kind of transaction there, where you pay the money and you for sure lock in a copy whenever that comes. However, that hasn't been announced yet. I bet though, if you click that back in stock notification, and if they do decide to go that route for the future reprints, that you would probably one of those people to be like, listen, this thing is still 3 months away, 4 months away. However, if you want to pay for it now, we will absolutely guarantee to hold one of those copies for you, so that you don't end up in one of those situations where you're like, oh, when I get home from work, I'll go ahead and order the nesting box. Crap, it's out of stock. Now, here's one thing to know about it. This copy of the Wingspan Nesting Box actually included Wingspan Asia inside of it. The reprint will not. So, what that means for you is, you can pick up a copy of Wingspan Asia right now. They have made more than enough copies for everyone. At least they're hoping they've made more than enough copies for everyone. They're still available in all the web stores. You can pick up Wingspan Asia, and then when the nesting box becomes available again, you can go ahead and get the Wingspan Nesting Box without Wingspan Asia inside of it, and you'll already have your copy. You can tuck that in, and you're where you would be, you're whole, you're all good. So that is honestly, the Wingspan Nesting Box and the launch of Wingspan Asia have been the biggest Stonemaier news this week. And if you find yourself listening to this video as I'm listening in my head and you're thinking, God, that was rambly, I could do this better than him, I dare you, I want you to reach out to me and let me know at the email address that I popped up on the screen when I first talked about this. I want you to let me know that you're interested. And here's the thing though, don't just do it for the games. I need people that are legitimately interested in Stonemaier games, and we can chit chat prior to. If you have any questions, if you're thinking, hop on the Stonemaier Discord. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. Like, pop into any one of the Stonemaier groups and just tag me, at Dusty Crane, and we can have a discussion there. I mean, if you have questions about what it entails, how much time it takes, anything that you want to know, I'm happy to fill you in and let you know what this would be, what this would involve. And that, I think, is probably enough for now. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments. If you want to email me, do so. Now, I will say one more thing about that email. I don't check the mill email very often because it's not public. I haven't really given it out to people unless it was, for collaboration, like when I did the scythe video, or Fomov did the scythe video, the strategy from a pro player. We talked via that email, but under normal circumstances, I'm not checking it on the regular. So if you do send me an email, then please, just be a little bit patient with me while I get to those. And yeah, that's all I got for you this week. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so much for watching.